We are here to make people feel good about themselves. We really have to feel like we are a daymaker for the guest. You've made my day. How great is that when you hear those words from your guest?
Hi, welcome to the Daymaker Podcast. Today I have with me Jacob Hale, who is with Norvell Sunless Spray Tanning. And I'm really excited because we are launching this product to our students. So Jacob, just tell me a little bit about yourself and how you started your career.
About 15 years ago, I was a bartender downtown Nashville, and I seen my current boss right now over in Europe doing a big trade show. And I reached out to him on Facebook, and I was like, I don't know what you do, but I want to do your job. What do y'all do? I see y'all travel all the time and doing stuff like that. And that's how I learned about spray tanning and how I got into it. And ever since then, I've been working with Norvell.
For 15 years.
Yes.
So I probably had my first spray tanning machine at my spa when it's probably in the early 2000s, and it was monstrous.
Yes.
And it made a lot of noise, and there are a lot of overspray.
Yes.
So, we've compacted it now to a machine even this size, which is one we'll offer to our students for student kits. But how have you seen the industry change over the 15 years?
The big thing we've seen with spray tanning is like the quality of the products, the ingredients they're adding to the products, because they're making spray tanning more skincare and, skin forward. That way that you're really paying attention to what you're applying to your body and how you take care of your skin and, sun awareness and different stuff like that. So it's really helping a lot of people that want tones and colors, but not necessarily want to get out in the sun to get that color. But a lot of it's been changed, and it's progressing in a positive way. It really is.
No, I love it because, my background was skin. So it's huge because skin cancer has become so rampant. I used to do a lot of brides, and I'd have to cover up different spots where they had surgery and things like that.
Sir.
So being able to have this alternative is great. Tell me what you feel is the biggest misconception when it comes to spray tanning.
The biggest one we see, and probably most other brands see, is all spray tans are going to be orange.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not. What we teach the students and the salon owners and stuff about spray tanning is what really helps them to not cause that client to have those issues. And also with where we're a true manufacturer with our products, we have more pure ingredients going in, so you're in more control of your products that way. But the big misconception is everybody's going to be orange, and what you want out of a spray tan, you want it to be natural. You don't want somebody to be able to immediately know that you've got sprayed when you walk out of a building, because that's what we want, is something natural for us.
Right. And I think one of the things, there are a couple things I really like about your product. One is, even if you are first sprayed, you don't have that artificial scent that you used to get from it anymore.
Yes.
So this is a lot more natural smelling.
Yes.
I also feel like people that have a higher Fitzpatrick level,
Yes.
that have a darker skin tone, that they can use your product and get a really nice result with the glow of their skin.
100%.
So I appreciate that as well.
Yes, 100%.
So tell me how your product has evolved over the last decade or so.
The big thing with ours is with the ingredients that we've been adding to products. So there's not really an organic spray tan line, but the main thing we look for is the more natural and organic ingredients. There's a few ingredients in spray tans that I'll probably never allow them to be organic, but with spray tanning, it is FDA approved for external application. Don't be drinking it or anything like that. But with our products, we've come out with so many different tones that's going to work on different Fitzpatrick scales and different what people are looking to achieve from their spray tan. Plus, we provide all of the retail products and everything to literally support your client when you offer them the service.
So speaking of the retail products, so when you're looking at this, and these are some of the take-home items, how do you think that the professional lines differentiate themselves from those commercial lines that are out there on the drugstore shelves?
It's going to all go back, it really is, to the production of the products. And it's the way that it's made, the way that we watch our products, and it's very sensitive. Spray tanning products are sensitive, so you got to make sure they're controlled correctly. You don't want to send somebody old product. Our warehouse is very strict on what they ship out. They got certain dates that they're not allowed to ship out past this because they know that it's probably going to go bad before a customer gets to use it.
Mm-hmm. And the dates usually, like when they come to our schools, the date's usually on the outside in the cellophane, but
Yes.
then they're also on the bottom to make sure
Yes.
that those expiration dates are rotated. That's more what you're talking about, right? Because
Yes,
the
sir.
stuff on the drugstore shelves, you never know how old that's going to be.
That's the big thing with it, because a lot of retail is not as regulated, as strict as like a solution for the spray gun. Because that date on the bottom of that means that that's when our scientist literally says the DHA, the active ingredients in the spray tan product, is going to start breaking down. So she knows to that date right there that, okay, you know, it might be good for a couple of days later or a week later, but just know it's going to be weaker than it was. So we're really strict on that, and we have our lot numbers on our products. That way you could call and be like, when was this lot number made? And we can literally pull it up and look at the reserves and everything.
I love that. And, you know, consumer safety is a huge issue, and that's the other thing I like about your line. However, can you tell me, because the last time I went to a show, it used to be back in the day, because you guys are the OG, that it was only just your brand that was out there. But it seems like other professional lines are now, you know,
Coming up.
popping up around the
Yes.
town. So
Yeah.
can you talk about what differentiates you from the other professional lines?
Well, I mean, like you were saying, like we've been in it since '83. Rick Norvell created spray tanning products. He used to do tanning bed products and decided he wanted to start making spray tanning. And then this color dark right here is our original tone from '83, same exact tone, but we've just added better ingredients to the product, and people love that tone. Big difference from us is going to be for we're a true manufacturer, and we do everything in-house in Macedonia, Ohio, and that way that if there is an issue, you can rely on our customer service team, our tech department, everything, because our customer service team and our techs that work on the handheld guns and the booths and everything like that, they're right at your fingertips. Like you could pick up any product we have and call that phone number and just say, I've got this issue or I've got a question, and they're going to get somebody on the phone for you to help you.
And your education team's on point too, because they're always there to help us when we have questions, and that's just been an amazing
I appreciate
fit for
that.
us. So when it comes to us at Tricoci University, you know, we try to teach more than just the basics. Most beauty schools teach only the basics, where we are really trying to give students that kind of above and beyond experience where they can, you know, either get certified in this or just take a class in it.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
They have that option. So how do you feel like that benefits the students when they have those other options?
I mean, you got to think the more options a student has on their menu when they leave the school, when they graduate, the better they're going to be set up to literally attack the world and make it theirs and do better. We've got some schools that offer spray tanning at the first of the year, and their students can pay for their classes, spray tanning friends. And it's just been a really good addition to the menu for a lot of schools. And with y'all adding it for the students, it's something they can make money while they're in school right now. And that's a huge plus for students, because I remember being younger, you know, and if you can make that money while you're in school, spraying friends, go ahead and get you some clients on the side. Plus, they're going to be adding this to their menu, and it's going to be like a one-stop shop for them. You know, it depends whatever else they're doing. It's going to go right along with hair, nails, skin, whatever they want to do in school.
Right, I agree. Anything you can do to fill your book when you're first starting out, I think that's important. I
Yes, sir.
remember going to conferences and I'd be tired and they'd say, did you have a busy day? And I'm like, yeah, and I had 3 pedicures, and they'd say, oh, I don't do feet. And I'm like, well, I'm glad.
Yeah.
You're not
Well,
as
for you.
desperate for money, but I'll do whatever comes to the
Yes,
door.
sir.
So, but I always love spray tanning. So why do you feel like it's important for the beauty schools in general to be offering more advanced techniques and trainings and things like that?
The advanced techniques are going to lead to more, like we were talking earlier, about people offering contouring and doing different things with spray tanning, because that is stuff that a lot of people ask for. Hey, can you contour? Can you do this? Can you do that? And it's going to give them more options, like you were just saying with their menu. It's going to give that student more options to offer those services.
Right. I was surprised because a friend of mine is a bodybuilder, and going into that arena for the first time and seeing them prep and get ready and seeing how they sculpted the body with
It's
the spray
amazing.
tanning.
It's amazing to see.
I mean, they have incredible bodies to begin with, but then to be able to do that kind of contouring,
Yes.
to be able to accentuate. I mean, no different than what we do with makeup. Right?
Yes,
We highlight
the
and
same.
contour, so it's the same thing. So I really had a huge new appreciation for the fact that that's done in that kind of arena. You know, this is the Daymaker podcast, so we like to know, tell me about a time when you knew you made someone's day.
Let's see. I was probably about 3 years into the traveling working with schools, or 2 years in. And I was down in Alabama working at a school, and this mother and daughter had decided to take class together. So they came did the spray tan class also. And the mother and the daughter both are Fitzpatrick 1-2, redheaded, don't naturally tan, right? And they had us set up with a mirror there near where we were teaching the class, and the mom and daughter both wanted to be my models. So I'm spray tanning them, and the mom turns around and gets a glimpse of herself in the mirror with the tan on and starts crying. So when she starts crying, the whole class got upset because they were very close. And she was just like, I didn't know I could look like this. And she was like, I just feel so healthy and like, it looks so good. So then after that, I was like, well, come in here, we'll rinse your face off and then I'll respray your face and we're good. Like, just don't cry on me again. But it's one of those things that like people really do. It's amazing how something as simple as a tan that can make you feel better.
Yeah, I think we're very fortunate with what we do. We get to really change people's lives in a great way.
Yes, sir.
So when we're doing things like that and we're making, you know, those technicians' day, then how do you think that translates when they get out into the real world, how they kind of pay that forward?
They're going to be even better to their customers. They're going to look for things, and just like with contouring, or maybe if somebody has vitiligo or something like that, you can really work with them with a spray tan to help the confidence. Because that's what we're here for, they're here first for a business, but they're customer service. Like a student that leaves, they're literally servicing clients and taking care of them and making them feel better because they know how it is.
And my final question would be related to then how does that help them with client retention?
So I look at it like this when I go into the schools and talk. My barber is like an hour and 45 for me, about an hour and 15 from me. I've been going there 11 years. I trust him in all he does, and I have no wants to go anywhere else, even though I'm driving over an hour to get there just one way. And I think that's a huge thing because they're going to come to you because you do a good job, but they really do feel like they're family or friends. And that's a big part of it. Like they trust them. I think that's huge. Like to get that trust from those clients, they're going to listen to what you say. Or, you know, they just will.
It's really everything. I think that's the huge secret behind client retention is really bonding with them, getting their buy-in and their trust.
Yes.
That's what everybody wants. So I thank you for your time today. I'm so excited that we're rolling this out. I appreciate all you've done.
Yes, we are too. Thank you.